Good day, good love, and great light, fellow fairies and all of you fabulous souls. It is a joy once again to hang out with you guys in this now moment, and I wanted to share this impromptu moment in my Zen space, my sacred space. This is my my office, my Zen room, my studio. And as I'm sitting here trying out this new nail polish, which I wanted to share with you, which I told you guys I would update you on, so I'm finally getting around to it. So I'll keep you posted on that. So far I love the base coat. And because I'm always looking for things that are more harmonious with me and the earth and, less chemicals and all that. So, and this is the Karma Hues. I'll show you. And I had the link in another video, but anyway, I'm just getting around to sitting in my little window seat, and this is where I kind of sit and hang out. This is technically my front yard, if you're new to my channel, and I wanted to just share a few things that bring me joy in my Zen space. That I've got crystals and things hanging up here from the window, and I was simply thinking about how when we're creating our reality, and even though we're creating all of this right now, which I know even I sometimes can't wrap my mind around, really. And yet I felt this feeling of sharing again, to show you some of the things that bring me joy. And there's and of course the story that goes behind all of it, and each of us has these things that bring us joy, and there's a story behind them. And whether you're a minimal person and don't really like a lot of stuff, I think that and then there's me, who has been collecting things throughout the years that I've always dreamed of having a place, my own space, my own studio to just play. And so it's kind of like I call it my fairy palace. I do, oracle readings and sessions up here, and I paint up here, I create up here. It is my space, it is my place. And as I was sitting here just thinking about wanting to share just a couple of things with all of you that are surrounding me, and let me just turn the camera over or around just for a second. A dear friend of mine made this a long time ago, and it's very interesting that she she chose that specific thing of stars and moons. She just said kind of like she felt that energy around me, and as you can see, that's for sure. So these are things that I've kind of collected along the way, or have been gifts to me. These are crystals that, as many of you know through this window, I get prisms all over the room early in the morning, and the sun's a little past that right now, but just to take a moment to share some of the things that I use as permission slips. Actually, the specific permission slip is about abundance and collecting abundance, and sometimes I feel silly sharing these things, but I don't know, there was just that moment where it was just a little purse that I bought really on clearance someplace. Probably have barely ever used it for for dressing up, but it was pink, and I hung it here as a symbol of abundance, of gratitude for my abundance. There's like a fake $1 million bill in here. Of course. And there's a couple of little treasures in here that I've specifically placed in here for specific reasons. Part of it's kind of the energy of feng shui. The idea is it's all about the intention. This is filled with like pretend coins, gold, like pretend gold coins. I think there's even a Hebrew coin in here. So even though these things may seem silly to some people, for me, it's about, how do we want to create our own reality? And I found these amazing tiles you know, in a resale shop. It just so many of these things, you know, that resonate with me. And, you know, here's a little book of, you know, inner peace from an old friend. This is just a postcard that I fell in love with one day. And it has been, oh gosh, well, you know, and as we count time, I used to have this hanging in my kitchen probably like, I don't know, 30 years ago or more. So, but it was a symbol for me. If you really, you know, look really closely at it, there was just so much symbology for me in this. And I had a lot of things that in my home that were my permission slip for interstellar travel, for world travel, for meeting people. And so as I share these, it's as if I'm reaching out, you know, across the cosmos and the world just by sharing these things. And there's so many things that are going through my life right now. My sister is going through some difficulties, and which I haven't shared about yet. And yet she used to make cards all the time, and she can't anymore. But so I was just all these little things that just bring me joy. And I think I have a whole container, and her cards are all over my house because they bring me such joy. And look at this, you know, intergalactic travel pass. I mean, this is one of the kids' toys that from, you know, when my kids grew up. And so I used this little basket hanging here just as permission slips to remind me of our expansiveness. And just so many metaphors in here with this chain and hearts. And I can't explain everything to everyone because everyone has their own meaning. And this amazing, just this gorgeous knife. And behind me, there's a piece of my artwork filled with galactic symbols. If you haven't seen this piece already, it's pretty wild. So that's another thing. Yes, I love doing up here. And I've got my bow hanging here. Dave bought me that. And so as I sit here in my little space, and literally thinking about, oh, the crepe myrtles are coming into bloom. It has been, oh, you can't see this screen. Sorry about that. But I'll go on the front porch when it's not blazing hot. So that's the other thing too, is we've been spending a lot of time inside because it's been just so hot. And humid. The humidity is 98% today, and it's like in the 90s again. I've got my little angel that I keep, and it's actually creating prisms right now. On the windowsill, actually, I move her around next to another little glass angel that I keep here. So I've got quite a few things, and one of the things that I wanted to really share with all of you too is I was really admiring my own handiwork here. I don't really know if you guys can see that. Hang on. Probably not in this light. But that is, I embroidered all of this probably in, I don't know, I was probably in my 20s. And it's a pillow. And not only did I embroider all of this, and I'm sharing this with you for all of you who know how much I love flowers, and a lot of my paintings have a lot of floral influence. And so I don't even remember how long this thing took me. It took me a really long time. And I embroidered each one of these flowers, but sometimes I really, we don't give ourselves enough credit. And when I think about all these homemade things and the gifts that people have, you know, given me and sent me, and the overwhelming gratitude that I feel. And this was really, I made this for a gift for myself, and every stitch I made by hand. I sewed together also this pillow, and this fabric was my grandmother's. And actually, I think this was her. I think she started this project, and I think there was already imprints, you know, the ink imprints on here. of the flowers. And so I just one day just saw it and wanted to do something with it. And I made this pillow, and every single stitch is by hand. So it's really old, as you can see. The stuffing inside of here, I would have to, it's all sewn together, so did not put any kind of zipper on it or anything, but so I would have to literally take the whole thing apart, to get the stuffing out. Well, not the whole thing, but I would have to take it apart. But yeah, every ruffle, every stitch. And I guess I'm not even really sure. I'm sort of at a loss for words right now. I'm not even really sure why, as I often am not. Probably almost never. Why I'm guided to share these things. But yet, I know there's a reason. I know someone needs to see and hear these things, and be reminded to surround yourself with things, whatever that is, even if you're not into things. Maybe it's energetically, to just what brings you pleasure. Hey, everybody. So as I work on a multitude of projects, and how do I want to put that? I guess I'm always creating a space for me. In that now moment, whatever it is. And that's, I surround myself by what I guess what I need in that moment. And maybe that's part of the messages for everybody, that nothing is always needs to be always. That it's what we need in that moment. What do you need in that moment that's going to bring you the most pleasure and joy? And again, I did not come up here to make a video. I came up here to literally just pick up a few things, organize a little bit. I've got a few projects going on, but otherwise, I came up here to test out the nail polish and kind of just sit here for a minute, admire my space, just be with me for a few minutes. And then I'm guided to share things. And so, thank you to all of you who, share your responses. And even if it's just letting me know, that you've stopped by, then I feel, how do I say that? I feel the connection. Like, I feel that connection. And I feel it no matter what, but yet there's that crystallization, I guess, of, when we reach out to each other, for, and let go of all of the belief systems that we would have about not doing that, and not taking that moment to explore what it is that you're guided to share in that, in that now moment, and just take it as far as you can take it, and use these fun permission slips to remind you of, this is how we create our magic. This is how we create our reality. This is how we express ourselves moment by moment, as far as we can take it. And it's interesting, every time I come up here to do one thing and end up doing a lot of other things that I wasn't expecting to do, yet bring me the most joy. So there you go. Loco se me share ni niana beso motu service mate. So miana. So whether I'm up here, connecting with crystals or the cards, or with any of you, with my artwork, coming up with, I get downloads all the time. Yalavesmase Bishomomoro, Laimi Tabesabosmase. And the messages each and every one of us get are going to be unique, of course, and applicable to your now moment and for your soul's growth. And yeah, there's the bow. And I hung this little basket up here too. I haven't there's a couple things I wanted to put in there, so I don't know, some fun about too, hanging baskets on the walls and putting things in them. And then I asked myself, is this crazy? Do I really need all this stuff? Could I just leave it all behind? And yeah, I suppose that I could if that then became my highest joy and excitement. Yeah. Maybe I'm just not there yet, and right now I just want a little of both. So thank you for traveling the cosmos with me and learning more of all that you are. And you guys inspire me to share more and more of all that I am and all that we are. Dave and I as a oh, there's so many words, just as a couple. So many words. And we simply love the idea of illuminating and helping others find the way to themselves. Just like I do. Every single day I'm learning and growing, and belief systems, examining my own belief systems. And every moment is a beautiful growth experience. So there'll be more soon. Gonna share some more stuff with you guys, but thanks again for being in this now moment with me. And we're all connected. We're all the seeds of the stars. And I do feel like these light languages are a beacon to help me find all, the other aspects of my soul, the crystal that I am, that is also all of you. So thanks, guys. Mialabasmate. Shanakiliana Masate Ejanoto Imina Kiriaso. I love you.